Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more of Planescape Torment. I didn't turn this down, did I? Oh well. What am I currently? Am I a mage? No, I'm a fighter. Oh. Well, bugger. What does he have? Oh, okay.
In enduring, grow strong.
I guess.
What is your will?
Make me a mage. Alright. And then I need to do that. Booyah! My charisma is 21. Perfect. Yolmi! Yeah, I did that for a reason. This stern-looking woman, looking older woman, seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fix upon your face as you approach her. You there, might I have a word with you? Yes, you're Yolmi, correct? I spoke to your messenger.
Updated my journal.
I am pleased to meet you then. She gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal. Though you must admit you are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? Sure, why not? After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Yolmi will pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Do you agree to this then? Yes, let's do it. The affair is over in a moment. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself up off the fest hall floor, Yolmi hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Ah well, coin well spent nonetheless. Farewell. Yes, farewell.
Updated my journal.
So did I get... I mean, I got 2,000 coin, but does that put me at 19k? Ah, it put me at 17. Okay. Alright. Right, I need to become a fighter again.
What is your will?
Things I would know. Talk to me about your teachings. There we go. Boom. What the hell? Oh. Why the hell did it move the camera all the way down there? It's a bit weird. Okay, so... just put that there. And then there. Very nice. Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of clock charms too. And blood charms. Oh, and that's a heart charm. Okay. Okay, so we've got... we did whatever it was with Yolmi, but sadly it didn't give us any experience. Mertwin the Headless. Right, yeah, we dealt with him. We have Splinter, so, let's have a word with him, I suppose. Alright, Splinter, how are you doing? Whoa. This towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's his actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Fest Hall, traveller. We are Splinter, Doorman to the Fest Hall and Priest King of How may we help you? Despite his humble offer of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding. A deep and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveller. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made. Spells, items and such. Oh. Right, okay. Wait, so... another question. What lectures are there to attend? Whoa, okay. I don't want to actually attend any of them. I just wanted to know about them. So the Fest Hall's current speakers include Death's Advocate, who speaks of death and what follows it, Gaius the Crooked, who speaks of the Blood War, and Three Planes Aligned, who speaks of the power of alignment and belief. Assuming they are currently here and well, we could direct you to one of their lectures at any time. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't really want to listen to a lecture. Ooh, how can you help me? Is there somewhere I could rest here? No religions within the Fest Hall, but only members of the Society of Sensation are permitted to use them. Should you wish to visit them, walk eastward through the Fest Hall. From here, you'll eventually come to them. The clerks there allow sensates into the room, or into their rooms. So there are no other ways to get a room here. You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. What if I already was a sensate? I haven't come to this place in a long time, but I assure you, I was a sensate. Splinter bends down a ways to examine you more closely. We do not recognize you, but we see no lies dripping from your tongue. Very well. We shall grant you access... Wait, access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation. If you can show us what sensations you have gathered recently. Alright, I'm ready. Ooh. Okay. We would ask for 5 sensations, then each pertaining to one of the body's senses, or a single experience which has strong elements to all 5 senses. I'd have a single experience to contribute. Then, I woke up not knowing where I was on a cold blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or the corpses in their care have seen. Go on. Bloody hell. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless bloody slabs like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of laboured metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. A disturbing experience. And I even left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes. We welcome you back, Traveller, and grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation. Nice. I had a couple questions. There we go, I got some experience too. I want to ask you... somewhere I could rest. Right, okay. Right, so, there was someone I was looking for here. Who is it you were seeking? Traveller. Merriman. Merriman is usually pacing back and forth around the lecture halls. Travel through the middle door on the eastern wall, and the door beyond that as well. You will likely be wandering within the hallway you'll find yourself in. Alright. I'm looking for somebody else. So, Montag? Or Montague? I don't know how you say him. His name, even. A factotum here. When Montag is a busy young man, he can usually be found moving between this chamber and the 3 that lie on it, along its eastern wall. Other questions? How can you help me, Splinter? Oh, right, yeah. I'd like to buy something. Oh, very nice. Whoa. Scroll of Power Word Blind. It's a level 8 spell. The spell blinds up to 100 hit points of creatures within 15 feet from the specified target point. The blindness spreads outwards from the center, affecting creatures with the lowest HP totals first. Those with more than 100 HP are not affected. What? That's crazy. What the hell? That is crazy. Also, it's expensive. For a good reason, I would say. Shit. Really was not expecting all that. My god. Alright. Right, we've done Mertwin's crap. So who else is there? Sensor. Like, we're looking for the people... No.
I'm gone.
No, we're looking to, like, finish off some of those quests that we got from the brothel. Like Marissa's Crimson Veil, Juliet's Love Life. Wait, who do I have to speak with for Juliet? Because I really don't remember. Oh, yeah, oh, that's who it is. Okay. That's... so Gaius the Crooked. Oh, right, these are the lectures. Warrior in Training. Is anybody here actually named? No, they're all just warriors in training. Is this another lecture hall? Yeah, 3 planes aligned. I mean, I'm just looking for Montag. Sensor. These are all just people talking amongst themselves. Jumble Murder Sense. God, they have the best names. Yeah, I'm like looking around. I don't see anybody wandering about. Oh, there he is. This handsome young man seems lost in thought. His brow furrowed and a slight frown upon his lips. Greetings. And to thee, sir, hail. What dost thou wish of me? Are you Montag? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh, he gives you a puzzled, slightly suspicious look. I demand her love, and I demand that you withdraw your false protestations of love before I mash you into tiny bits. Thou love her... Thou love her so that thou would fight me. I mean, yes. He studied you for a moment. Thou art passionate about this matter, I see. Passion stems from love, thou love her, and I could not deny her a love such as thine. I shall from this moment onward hold no claim on her. Thou may do as thou wish. Hold a moment, this was all a ruse. A ruse? Of what sort? She wanted to provoke you into fighting for her. Oh! Did she think my love so boundless that I would engage in fisticuffs with a brutally scarred man of thy stature? Perhaps she thinks my devotion of her a little high. So, what should be done about this ruse? Turnabout is a fair play. I say ignore the chair, act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably. Truly? Trust me, kid. Start ignoring her, create some friction, leave them wondering, and they'll be clawing all over to discover what the matter is. Right, Chief? No, that's a poor idea. Oh god, what the heck? What do I do? God, it doesn't work. Oh man. I'm just trying to think what I should do. Should I say you're having an affair? Say that you're bored with a relationship, that she's not interesting enough anymore. Thou art saying that I should feign disinterest so as to pique her interest. Assuredly that is irony. I shall agree to what thou suggest and observe the results. Good luck, I hope it works out. Farewell. And a farewell to thee as well, sir. Now, I've some things to attend to. Should we meet again, we might speak more of the matter. He bows and turns to go. Okay, that was different. Quisei? Quisei? Should I go and speak with the lecture people? I mean, I could just speak with him now. Yeah, sod it. Oh, it's a statue. So this is a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides. Eyes closed, it is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it is really a statue at all. The statue makes no response. Oh. Chief? You've seen statues before, right? Know that they don't talk or anything. Consider this, Mort. You're a floating, talking skull who's denying the possibility of a living statue. Well, got me there, boss. That I do, Mort. I'll just touch him. You touch the statue, and find that while the clothes that adorn it are of grey cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool and hard as granite. Why would someone clothe a statue? Maybe it's a little too anatomically correct, Chief. It was a rhetorical question, Mort. Sure, boss. I knew that. Do I strike the statue? As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open and it catches your fist in an iron-hard grip. Narrowing its cold grey eyes, it speaks with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Why would you strike Quisei? Forgive me, I only meant to see if you were truly a statue. He nods slowly, frowning. You are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. Okay. I have some questions. The statue remains as silent as ever. Okay. Hello? My questions? Still no response. Be patient. Wait for a response. There's still no response. You get the sense that Quisei might be testing your patience. Keep on waiting. A few minutes pass and Quisei has still failed to respond. Wait quietly for a few more moments. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with cold grey eyes. He speaks ponderously with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Your patience is noted. Quisei would speak with you now. Mort rolls his eyes and makes a gagging noise. Powers, no, not another Burke that talks like this. Oh no. So I have questions about you. After a period of silence, he speaks. Ask, what is it you were meditating upon when I first found you? Meditates upon the Way of Stone. The Way of Stone? He nods. A philosophy, a method of combat. With it, Quisei seeks to achieve invulnerability. Invulnerability? You'd be unbeatable in combat. Yes. Now, the way is not yet perfect. Quisei will make it so. One day. Quisei knows this. Can you tell me what you've discovered so far? He nods. No one has asked Quisei to share his knowledge of the way. Quisei shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully. Listen and learn the way of stone.
Updated my journal.
After hours of listening and many questions, armor class -1, perfect. You come to understand what little of Quisei's way of stone he can teach you. In combat, you will use it to resist and deflect your enemy's blows, improving your armor class. Well, ain't that cool? I have other questions. Okay, so about you? Who are you? I'm called Quisei. What are you exactly? One is of the race called Stone Princes. Quisei is Genasi of Earth. Genasi?
Updated my journal.
He nods proudly. Quisei's father, an elemental creature of Earth. A Dao? Quisei's mother, a human woman, of noble heritage, such as what it is to be Genasi of Earth. What do you do here? He meditates, also trains others in the arts of combat. Can you train me? He looks you up and down, making a deep rumbling noise. Slowly he picks up his hands and breaks off one of his fingernails with a sharp crack. Quisei would see you break this stone. He hands you the shard of living rock. Do I want to break the stone? Sure. Break the stone. With some effort, you snap the shard of rock in two. He takes the stones from you and places them in his mouth, chewing them to dust with a harsh cracking sound. Quisei finds you physically suitable. Quisei would now ask, why do you seek training? To defend myself. Quisei finds no need for melee then. What do you mean? Quisei means to say that there are many ways to do these things. One may steal an opponent's weapon, leaving him defenseless. But the battle must still be fought. To rely on theft is a mistake. After a time he nods. One may hide. If one cannot be seen, one cannot be attacked. One is invulnerable. But no thief has mastered stealth to such a degree, and some foes can't be hidden from. Your scent or very thoughts will give you away. After short wait, he nods. Mighty spells can smite many foes, more quickly than any blade. Mages are like a flask of flaming oil, powerful but once spent nothing. They are physically deficient, their spells merely crutches against this deficiency. When one sorcery is spent, the core of combat still remains. He smiles slightly, making a deep rumbling around his sound in his throat. Quisei finds you fit to teach. Meet Quisei in the training chamber. I'll be there shortly.
Updated my journal.
Alright. It doesn't even show him moving. So, training room, which is here? Or is it this one? It could be either. Our survey says he's in this next room. Oh, wait, no, he's there. I'm an idiot. He regards you coolly with his eyes of granite. You are here to train under Quisei? Yes, train me. Are you a warrior by trade? Yes. Oh, wow. So Quisei is proficient in all weapons, specializing in none, master of many. What would you learn of Quisei? My fists? Yeah, because I use the punch dagger the most. Quisei shall teach you the art of fighting with one's fist. Is this what you wish? Yes. But evaluating what skill you have, Quisei shakes his head. Quisei finds you already proficient in this form of combat. Can teach you no more if you wish. To learn more of this weapon, seek Koror in the lower ward. Something else you could teach me? I've got a club, I think. Club. Yeah, sure. Quisei shall teach you then. Train with him. Quisei is pleased. With you as a student, you learn quickly. You can learn no more at this time. Return to Quisei when you become more experienced. Okay. So these are the ones that are giving off the lectures. We've got Gausis the Crooked. This squat, hunched old man still has the broad shoulders and scarred, calloused hands of a worker or warrior. An aura of weary despair seems to hang about him. He appears to be giving a lecture at the moment. Stay for the lecture. Right, now listen up. This is the seminar on the war. If you're here to listen about the blood war, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong hole, and you'd best jump your soft, comfy loving Sigillian limbus stems out of here. The blood war? More boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's find some young sensates who need to be indoctrinated in the ways of passion. He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. No more, I want to hear this. So the man suddenly throws a dark eye over the audience as if looking for something. And further, if you're Tenari or Batazu, jump your scaly eyes out the door. As not letting your ornery bastards bend an ear to this and then listen to your balmy arguments. Oh, that's not very nice, no, is it? Because this is no discussion on who's right. Behind you, you hear the sound of something large leaving the lecture hall. It just tells the blood war from the human point of view. It's not promoting one side or another, because they both stink in different ways. The speaker becomes somber. So, what's left here wanting to listen to some blood war stories? Tales about the war. Ear to ear, the horror of it all, no doubt. The floating fortresses wove and weaved a human skin. The plains-wide battlegrounds the blood war will be fought on. Jesus. It's quite hard to read his dialogue because he misses off H's. He bares his yellow teeth. Tales of fiends locking fangs with other fiends. His snarl fades and he suddenly looks bored. Keep listening. Well, let me peel back your lids and crack your bone boxes. 'Tis all a steaming heap of balmy nonsense to be dwelling on that forge dung. He spits in derision, rolling his eyes wildly. I'll tell you this though, you can't imagine the scale the blood war is fought on. Nothing you've seen, heard, or participated in. Nothing compares. Time, numbers of legions, sheer bloodshed, nothing compares, Burks. To try and imagine it, forget it. My advice, simple, stay away from the big bloody mess altogether. The only thing you need to know is this. Fiends are killing fiends. Batazu are slaughtering Tenari. Tenari are butchering Batazu. Right now. He spits again. Neither's winning. Don't think either can win. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity. Thank the powers. That's it, he shrugs. That's it, I'll be answering any questions you got for me now. Ask a question. What do you want, Cutter? Ooh. How does one survive? How does one survive the blood war? You wanna know how to survive the blood war? 3 things, Cutter. He holds up a maimed hand with only 2 fingers. Go on. First off, you stay the pike out of it. Secondly, keep yourself the piking L's out of it. And lastly, you stay the bloody piking sod pike out of it. If any part of the war rolls your way, let your imagination give your bum a kick and run as far and fast as you can. If you can't run, then lies really still and pray it passes you by. He pauses for a moment, except there's no place it don't touch, and there's almost nowhere you can run to get away from it. If there's nowhere to run, why aren't there fiends fighting in Sigil? Oh, now, Cutter, look, they have fought here. A few times. Sometimes we get a little spillover from the Blood War. Our Lady of Pain, bless her steel-ridden heart, puts out the fires. Go on. Some of the time, he sneers, there's been times some horrifying drizzle on yourself, you're so sodden scared times. When they've smashed and burnt and clawed their way through whole sodden city blocks in Sigil before she decided to clean house. He clucks his tongue and winks cynically. So she ain't always as keen on stopping the blood war as it might seem, see? Why don't the fiends just take Sigil? He laughs, but it turns into a sputtering cough. Don't get me wrong now, both the Tenari and the Batazu want Sigil fierce. 'Tis the most precious staging ground in the Piking multiverse. The cage is the city adores, and connects everywhere. You can't ignore it, and if you're serving in the Blood War, and want to win, you gotta have it. Okay. The man coughs again. 'Tis just the fiends aren't going to get it while the lady's in charge, 'tis all. She's tough as nails. Her blades will cut you deeper than any fiend's fang. And that not the fiend's stems like you wouldn't believe. Okay. One quiet lady, her hand tucked in her sleeves, holding back the blood war all by herself. He laughs bitterly. But fiends are still allowed in Sigil? Oh, damnably certain. They can't brawl in the streets, too much. So as neutral ground, Sigil allows them to rattle their bomb boxes without trying to murder each other. Sometimes they'll chat it up with each other, here. The peace don't stay that way for long, though. Also, just because they can't butcher each other in the streets, don't mean spies, recruitment, and backstabbing don't still go on here. They fight battles with lies and words, Burke. Sometimes 'tis all in the bluster and blather. And there's safe houses about too, places where they can cool their talons before the next skirmish. And they like to recruit here too, looking for boys fresh off the plains with a little greed in their hearts, that they can make part of their glorious army. He stopped speaking to peer closely at you. Mayhap they recruited you once. Hey, Cutter? You look like you've tasted the war. Perhaps. Oh, there we go. The war leaves a scar on you, Cutter. You'd know. And you'd never know... Oh, and you'd know you'd never want to go back. Your temples begin to throb painfully as you consider the man's words. A memory begins to surface. Hooray! The lecture hall begins to fade from view as terrible visions begin to seep up from the base of your mind. Visions of a place where seasons are like nothing you've ever seen or heard, or tried to shut out. A place where prayers go unheard, falling like stones to the earth, vein-coloured lightning flashes across things that were once sky, but now boil beneath your feet and scream when you brush against them. You run at the head of a large band of men, passing through dark canyons where the walls quiver mightily and beat like a heart, wearing only your own blood as clothing. At last you stand in a place where the ashen-grey terrain slithers like a mass of snakes, calling around your ankles and whispering your evil to the earth. You march endlessly, silently through this colourless land, where fatigue seems to live and hunt you like a shade over the wastes, whipping you with despair. In time, you and the ragged men who follow you come upon a hag sitting upon a mound of gigantic, writhing lava. A larvae. Poking at one of the slime-covered things with a broken talon, you indicate for one of the men to run forward and speak with her. The hag's grating voice carries to your ears. I would speak with him, she said, then cackled. Her eyes gleam as she points you out to the man, the handsome one that leads your ragged column. I would speak with him, and that is all you can recall. Cutter, you feeling alright there? Yes, I'm fine. So, do the fiends recruit often? He nods grimly, you can be sure of that. Sigil, the best source of fodder on the plains, beats milking planets of all their prime inhabitants. Too much work. So, any more advice on surviving the war? Aye, whatever you do, don't talk about the Blood War with any fiend, or any Deva or Archon for that matter. Just don't talk about it, period, because you never know who in the elves you're really chatting with, and all of them get mighty touchy when you bring up the war. It's their reason for living. Anything else? He nods. Don't go through any portal unless you're piking sure you know where it goes. Maybe you haven't heard the tales of clueless planewalkers stepping through a portal and ending up smack dab in the middle of the Blood War skirmish. Know why you haven't heard of them? Because those sods are dead. 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 Anything else? And whatever you do, or whatever you does, never sign on for a tour of duty, no matter how much jink they flash in your mug. Certain death and signing on for a tour in the Blood War are the same thing, Cutter. Why's that? Chances are, when you sign up, they peel you so your tour of duty is till time itself grinds to a halt. Even death wouldn't be a release, because then you sink into the lower planes and get dredged back up as something worse than you were before. Then they got the talons on you for all eternity. Oh. How would you get out of a tour contract? Unless they don't want you, you don't have much chance. I never heard of it being done with mean-spirited recruits, or somebody they really wanted to keep their talons on. Outwitting a Tanari is risky, but can be done. The Bartazoo were much more dangerous with their contracts. You sign one of those, you're down for life. You might try a little garnish. Try and daub them. And they might let you make a run for it, but where would you go? There are so many elves. And dying in the Blood War would be an especially bad thing? If you were evil, sure. If you're good, you'd go to another plane to spend your afterlife, but you'd still be a deader. Now for me, I still got a lot of evil to wash from me soul, so if I died in the lower plane, or lower planes, they would have had me lock, stock and barrel. You go to another plane when you die? Can you explain that? Go talk to the other death lecturer if you want the dark on that. I can't explain it as well as he, though he's twice the fool and might scald you with the hot air roaring from his mouth. Ask you somewhere else. Okay. No. How does one survive it? I'm pretty sure I've been over this, haven't I? Anything else? Don't talk about it. It's not that. Alright, so you'll tell us no tales of the Blood War. Alright, 1. Let me give you an example of what meat means to them. They'll get some mean-spirited mortal mercenaries together, maybe a drop of a few million strong, and let them slaughter each other for no real reason at all. A pointless battle over some power-forsaken piece of land. Guess where all those souls go? Where? Their souls sink into the planes of evil they fought on, where they can be ripped from the soup of the plane and set to fight again as... is that lemurs? Or lemures? Or mains, or whatever the piking sod those little fiendish deep dung heaps become. The more of those sodding petitioners they get, the more troops they have. Oh. God, there's so many more things. Describe... there's so many things. Can you tell me a little more about the Blood War? If I were to boil it down, it'd be this. The Blood War's been going on damn near forever, and will keep going on until damn near forever itself gets penned in the Dead Book. The Tanari, the champions of Chaos and Evil, are trying to stomp the green-coloured dung out of the Batazu. The champions are Law and Evil. They butcher each other over how each of them thinks evil should be. If you can believe that. Huh. What do you think would happen if someone stopped the Blood War? You can't make any piking difference in the war. It's too sodding big. You're a stone, a pebble in an ocean that's a pebble in another ocean, which is a pebble in another ocean, and so on and so forth. Till the stench cows come home. As a pebble, your goal is to not be not noticed and sink to the bottom with the rest of the dregs. If you could make a difference, which you can't, you shouldn't try, because then the planes would tumble on down. The planes would tumble down? Why? He holds up his hand like pillars. The Blood War's like a big bloody support beam propping up the planes. Kick it down, and a lot of the planes come tumbling down with it. A lot of baggage rests on the back of the war. He suddenly brays like a donkey, laughing bitterly. The biggest, nastiest pack animal on the plains. Go on. He grins cynically. Besides, as some say, war's great for business. He laughs hollowly, then looks as if he could suddenly cry. Never mind. Oh, never you mind that. Another question? You alright? You seem pained. The man smiles sadly. Aye. Listen, Cutter, I'm no priest. Nor would I want to be one. But hear this. Keep evil out of your heart. When you die with evil in your heart, your spirit falls into the lower planes, where you become a petitioner. Go on. Any guesses as to what happens then? Petitioners in the Abyss and Bator get twisted into foot soldiers, and get to fight in the Blood War for all eternity. He chuckles, shaking his head. So that's the dark as to why the Batazu and Tanari try and corrupt all they touch, because they need more troops. Eat this. Keep evil far from you, or far from your art, Burke. God, reading his stuff is fucking difficult. Oh, what's this? Right, this is the last bit then. Some of you are sensitive, so I got one thing to say to you. Don't sign up to see what the Pike and Blood War is about. Don't be a balmy idiot. Use a sensory stone if you got to know. But stay the elves away from anything to do with the Blood War for real. 'Tis just not worth it. 'Tis, for a moment, a look of great pain crosses the man's face. Looks as if he was going to weep. Not worth it at all. That's the end of this session, so farewell. Huh. God, I really wish he didn't speak. I wish he could say H's. It's the fact he doesn't makes him just incredibly painful to read, because it's difficult. Right, so is this the Planewalker person? 3 planes aligned. So, yeah, it is. So, is lawful and evil. So, thin and sharp featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos. This man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture. You don't say. I am known as 3 Planes Aligned, a Githzerai scholar. If you are here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. Mort sighs loudly. Come on, Chief, are we really going to stay for this? Just be quiet for a bit more, I want to listen for now. He speaks in a very low, somber tone. Today I shall speak of the power of alignment and belief, and how they shape the planes. First, I shall explain the concept of alignment. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs, and how one acts upon those beliefs. At their core, all creatures predominantly behave in one of 3 ways, with good in their heart, with evil in their heart, or indifference, or neutrality in their heart. They predominantly express each of these core behaviors in one of 3 different ways, in an ordered manner, in a chaotic manner, or in an indifferent, neutral manner. Thus there are 9 core alignments that one is capable of. Yeah, like, you got lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, Yeah, it's basically 3 for each. Then you've got neutral, so true neutral, lawful neutral, chaotic neutral. Then you've got lawful evil, chaotic evil, neutral evil. Right, keep listening. The 9 alignments... there. The 9 alignments then are lawful good, and chaotic good, lawful neutral, true neutral, and chaotic neutral, and lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. Now I shall speak of the power of alignment and the beliefs it engenders, of how from them the very deities gain strength and how belief can physically affect one's environments. A deity must have worshippers, for it is the faith of such subjects which gives them power. As converts are made and more come to believe in a god, the more power that god receives. Conversely, when no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float on the astral plane. It is thus possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. Huh. A much more striking example of the power of alignment and belief, however, can be seen within the sliding of gate towns. First though, I would define gate towns. Gate towns are towns on the outlands, the largely neutral area which Sigil spins over the centre of. They are called gate towns because they are built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Each of these outer planes has its own alignment. The Abyss is chaotic and evil, Bator is lawful and evil, Mechanus is lawful and neutral, or lawful neutral. Mount Celestia is lawful and good, the Outlands again are true neutral, leaning to neither law or chaos. Sliding occurs when there is a high concentration of belief in an area of differing belief. When this occurs, the area itself will move, or slide, to a plane that matches the new belief. Now, the gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal, but the belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from the Outlands and into the outer plane. For example, the town of Ribcage borders the portal to the lawful evil plane of Bator. As expected, the residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents, but the entire town's alignment and beliefs are not strong enough so that Ribcage will slide into Bator. Bloody hell. For example, Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order of clerics promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship of... I'm assuming that's meant to be of there, not or there. Yeah. F and R are right next to each other on the keyboard, so that's probably a typo. Of their lawful evil god. Were this to occur even, there would be a good chance that the town would slide off the neutral Outlands, becoming part of the lawful evil plane of Bator. Whole layers of planes may move this way, thus many wars are wars of belief and faith by necessity. They are the tools by which territory is obtained and held. This, then, is the power of alignment and belief to shape the planes. This session has ended. May belief guide your actions and shape your planes, or shape the planes to your will. Farewell, all of you. Okay. That was pretty cool. I don't even know where the other lecture is. Maybe in here? Alright, so here's the other one. Death's Advocate. Sigillians, welcome! Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. Darks, give me a break. We're not really going to listen to this rattletrap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasurous sensation of tasting the fiery passion of a skull's lips. He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. Quiet down, Mort. We're staying for a while, at least. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death. It is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Mort whispers, beginning of more suffering. Nod to Mort quietly. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer plane shall welcome you to their breasts. There a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you there. That's for sure. Nod to him quietly. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner of this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill towards your fellow bloods, perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses, he sighs dreamily, an eternal boredom. Perhaps you lived your life to betray others and get ahead. Giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold blood red... is that carcery? The plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on. Shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner of this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Looks like we know where we both are going to end up when we die. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth, and perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you please without care for who or what you hurt. Then it's perhaps one of the lower planes, Bator, or the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded, he whispers dramatically, Blood War. And that's if you're lucky. No matter where you go, know this, you shall be embarking on a new life, my Sigillians. Mort whispers, and that's supposed to be an incentive? We get to do this all again? Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. Whee! Pike him. What a tard. Spoken just like someone who hasn't died before, huh? You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory, or your past life. Your sole goal will, if you will, he smells at his own humour, is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners of this plane, or ideally, one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners. To accomplish this goal, you, he claps his hands together for emphasis, must hold to your ideals. Oh, this is one big steaming load. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. 'Tis a glorious existence, my Sigillians. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that awaits you after this life. He says aloud, what wash? The speaker's head turns to face Mort, frowning slightly. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. A question? A question from one of the living, perhaps? Mort ducks below the lecturer's field of view, then turns to you and whispers, go ahead, Chief, tell him the dark of it. Yeah, I have a question. Oh, wow. Ooh. He indicates you for a moment. What if someone can't die? He laughs. Nonsense, everyone dies, friend. Even gods die. I can't die. Oh, truly? Look, everyone, a rare treat. One of the great immortals has graced us with his presence. Greeting, O immortal, the audience laughs. I can prove it. Oh, do. There is more laughter from the audience. What sport? Take heed, my audience. I think we shall have a rare display of my lecture today. Come up here, O immortal, and we shall see who is right and who is dead. Kill yourself, then get back up. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back. By the powers, I think it's only fair that you prove your point now. The audience watches in morbid fascination. Well now. Go on, die. Here, now. Prove your words to be true. Embrace your life as a petitioner. I'm not gonna kill him, Jesus. No, he offers weakly. I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. So, this great new life on the outer planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not. He glances quickly at the audience. Well, certainly not now. That's what I thought. I have no more questions. If there are no more questions, get ready to leave. He looks eager to wrap things up. Then I shall end this session. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, so, tell all your friends. That was cool. I mean, of course I'd want to prove him wrong. What the fuck? The hell was that noise? I have no idea. Bum bum bum. Where was Jumble? Was he in here? Jumble murder sense. He might have actually gone out into the main hall. Wasn't he a quite fat fellow? It's not in that room. He was a small dude. I'm certain of it. Okay, he's not in here. Crap, where'd he go? Ba 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 ba. So... I mean, I can see him in here. I'm just looking for the... Jumble... I can't remember his name. Murder something. I'm certain it's Murder Sense. What is this? Oh, that's what I can hear. So that room. They're casting something. Mages. Okay. There he is. Quick save as well. Why can't they talk to him? Oh, right. What the? Why was I so far away? I don't know what the hell happened with that, but alright. So this short, balding man's orange tunic is rather sizable, and rather sizable gut. Give him the look of a walking pumpkin. He is absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and a strange gleam in his eyes make him look a bit mad. Greetings. The man gives an exaggerated, flourished bow and presents a small card which reads only Jumble Murder Sense, Zausatek Sorcerer Extraordinaire. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning wildly all the while. Mort whispers, somewhere, an asylum is one balmy shot. I'd like you to remove Reekwind's curse. Jumble pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming, his eyes wandering around the fest hall. Remove his curse, Jumble, before I'm forced to hurt you. I don't know if I want to say if I want to force him. Okay, yeah, demand it. Screw it. He raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly, and though his lips or throat don't move to shape any word or sound, a torrent of incomprehensible babble begins to pour forth. God, is it Grumpus?
Updated
What
my
the?
journal.
Jumble shuts his mouth and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly, you hiccup. And hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murder Sense merely turns his head and waves you away. Uh-oh. Looks like you just got a curse thrown down on you, Chief. What have you done to me, Jumble? He ignores you entirely. Oh, no. It doesn't hurt me, I just hiccup. That's so stupid. Ugh. Right, well, there's the exit. Time to leave. Wow, I'm really far behind. Guess I keep hiccuping. Ugh. Right. Salabesh. You see Salabesh the Onyx. He makes a brief but graceful half bow. Again, you stand before me. You're a master of curses. Perhaps you could help me. Help you, Salabesh sneers, doubtful. Before you can respond, he sighs, shaking his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you then? Jumble Murder Sense cursed me. Jumble Murder Sense? Ha! That sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. Salabesh frowns, but I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you, after all. It's his curse. Not the sort you'd find on an item or some such. You know? That you could remove with simple magics. He'll have to remove it, and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse then, that I could use on him? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses to myself, you know, and besides, even a single curse would take one a long while to learn. More time than I'd care to spend on it. Ooh, perhaps they're just not good enough. I don't want to pay him, I want to try that. You're just worried your curses aren't good enough. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Salabesh the Onyx is the master of curses, and there is no other. Why, I could give you but a single phrase that would render that nincompoop's cursing wholly incompetent. Purse your lips, look skeptical. That's it. Oh no! Oh, there we go. So yay, he taught me it. Okay, I thought I'd screwed up. That's it, you've made me do it. Salabesh utters a short string of impossible syllables, words of power, which you note mentally for later use against Jumble. There, see what that does to him, and tell me Salabesh the Onyx isn't the master of curses then. Thanks, Salabesh, I'll do that. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Oh my god. That was easy. Jesus. So now I just need to find Jumble again, as I constantly keep hiccuping. Is he still going to be in this room? Not entirely sure. I like how it's giving me the red arrow as if I'm being attacked. But I'm not, I'm just hiccuping. It's an internal battle. I'm assuming he's probably still in here. Ah, there he is. Oh, there we go. Throw the curse Salabesh taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Salabesh's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Zazatek mage notes that nothing seems to have happened, and an evil grin spreads across his face. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realise he has no voice. Salabesh's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, thereby destroying the Zazatek's ability to curse others. He clutches at his throat, panic welling up in his eyes. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone... when anyone you've ever cursed finds out you can't speak or curse anymore? Jumble drops to his knees, pleading expression in his eyes, or a pleading expression in his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you remove the curse you placed on me and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you harm? Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods vigorously. Very well, I'll remove the curse then.
Updated my journal.
Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Salabesh's curse from him. He in turn removes his own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes to the floor. I'd like you to take your curse off Reekwind as well.
Updated my journal.
Jumble nods, pouting, and with a wave of his hand removes Reekwind's curse. Thanks. Farewell, Jumble. Oh my god. That was great. Yeah, I can't do anything. Oh, that dialogue was the best with the hiccups just added into it. Are there any other people that I've missed? Who do I need to speak with for my quests? Perhaps I'll ask around... No. Vivian. Also. Keys to her heart. Oh. Oh wait, there we go. A man named Merriman, Dolores' first love. Speak with him on her behalf. Oh, there. Found him. This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman is my name, or Merriman my name be, or my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from the exertion of shooing you away so loudly. Wait, Delora wanted me to speak with you. Merriman eyes you suspiciously. That so? About what, eh? Well? She says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats a pocket on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, what? Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? He nods. That they are. The law is a construct, didn't you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations. Merriman sighs, but cold without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels they are limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Then why don't you just return them to her? Merriman scowls. Because I've become a cruel and bitter old man, who sees he can get something out of you. Not if I just take the keys. Go on then, what do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I've little time left to live and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences, so I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. So, do I just wallop you in the back of the head, or what?
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox. I'll need something. Some item. Some concoction that will allow me to forget, like a draught of the river Styx. Something like that. Ah! I think if I go into the curiosity shop, they probably have something from the river Styx. Probably. Ba 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 ba. But he mentioned the river Styx. I remember reading that last session, but I can't remember where. What did I do last session? I spent most of it in the gallery, didn't I? I don't actually remember what I did last session. I spoke with Nordum quite a lot. But yeah, I spent quite a bit of time in the gallery. Galleria, whatever.
Alright.
Was it there then? Let's see. If it's not the gallery, I'll go to the curiosity shop, because it could be there as well. Oops. I didn't realise I was clicking just the building.
Done.
So what is that? Several shards of black crystal or ice. Ba 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 ba. Leave them be. Dark birds of something, acanthus or something. I need her to tell me what they are because I can't remember. I do, yes. The dark birds of acanthus. It said that the sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx. That the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx's memory destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. Boom. So yeah, I just have to take one. Oh god, how bad is this gonna hurt? Grab one of them. As you reach out to grab one of the whirling shards, your fingers enter the icy wind that rises from the pedestal. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around them, causing you to momentarily draw back. Place your hand back in and grab one. What? You thrust your hand into the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your entire hand freezes solid as you wrap it around one of the dark birds. As another of the black shard spins into your fist, your hand breaks off at the wrist with a sharp crack and goes clattering across the Galleria floor. Pick your hand up and stick it back on. Quick! Oh no! Wait, so what's this? Did I actually manage to get the what is it? So you pick up your frost-covered fist and thrust it onto your bleeding stump. Noticing that the dark bird you grabbed, a razor-sharp shard of black ice, has already melted away to nothing. Oh no! Looks like you'll have to catch it in something that will keep it cold. Eventually, warmth and feeling returns to your hand as your tissues thaw and regenerate. So I need to catch it in something. Okay. I suppose I do need to go to the curiosity shop after all. I get the feeling it's from the... What is it though? Yeah, from the curiosity shop. I don't know for a fact. Let's see. So, what do you have? None of those. Yeah, it's just a fiend's tongue. Chocolate quasset, David's tears, baby oil. Back at the store. Stained lens. That's probably for Nordum, innit? Rune-covered Ailstein. Tattered ragdoll. Yevra's ring. How much is this? 149 coppers. Yeah, sure. Pretty sure I read all of them. I knew it. Really hope he has enough. Alright, done. Bugger. Shoot. What could I do then? I mean, I'd need to rest. If anything. I could rest in the dormitories. Yeah. But it certainly seems like, do I not have a... I thought I had a blue thing. Yeah, the item that allows me to identify things. I mean, I can rest in the dormitories, so going there might just be what I have to do. Either way, back to the fest hall. I guess. So I need to be able to catch a black ice shard. Oh well. I didn't realise it was going to be so, like, so much work involved for the brothel quests. Was there anybody in here that was named, aside from Jumble Murder Sense? I'm also just interested. I was also about to say my health dropped again. I lost my entire hand, but it only cost me like 3 hit points. Mage in training. They're all just mage in trainings. Although she's different. Although, not really. This person is staring intently at a metal panel mounted on the chamber's wall. After a moment of fierce concentration, they wave their hands about and utter a string of impressive-sounding arcane syllables. All to no effect. Nonetheless, they continue to practice diligently, far too involved with their work to speak with you. What about all the others? Right, so it's the same thing. What about the ones that are just talking to one another? Oh, here we go. So this person is carrying a sheaf of papers and unwound scrolls. They occasionally pause to look through them and read portions of what's written aloud, practicing elaborate hand motions as they do so. They look up as you come to stand before them. Greetings. What is this place? This is where aspiring mages can come to train and study. Many wizards took their first steps in the art as fledgling sorcerers here. Where's the trainer?
Updated my journal.
I do not know where Lady Thorncombe has gone. I would suggest you try the sensoriums. She spends much of her time there. They lower their voice, frowning, perhaps too much. The sensoriums? Ask Splinter, just inside the fest hall's entrance, of them. You cannot reach them yourself, but he will take you there. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. I mean, I don't really want to go to the sensoriums yet. Oh, I mean, I could do. Are these the dorms? I mean, I'd like to rest, if possible. It's just the... Can I just rest? Nope, I need permission. Back. Alright, I guess we're going. Splinter! What if I ask Splinter about a place to rest?
Done.
Maybe he would just take me to my dorm or something. Or to a dorm. Ba 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 ba. Alright, Splinter. How can you help me? Oh, shoot. Another question. Is there somewhere I could rest here? Lodgings within the fest hall. Walk eastward through the fest hall from here, you'll eventually come to them. Speak to the room. Oh, the room clerk there. Okay. Now, could you help me? Can you show me to the sensoriums? There are two. The public sensorium, where visitors may use the sensory stones for anywhere between 10 and 50 commons, and the private sensoriums, where only members of the Society of Sensation are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself. We must take you there. Take me to the private one, is where I'm gonna guess. Private sensorium.
Alright.
How big is this place? Ooh, it's fairly sizable. So we have Quell. No, just regular people. It seems she may have actually been in the public one after all. So what's this? The inscription around the base of this sensory stone indicates that it holds the experience week-long hunting trek across the forests of Arborea, or Arborea. Begin the sensation. You're standing in a circle of white tents deep in the woods, somewhere. The trees around you are by far the largest you've ever seen. Suddenly, though, there's an odd prickling sensation at the back of your skull. Your surroundings melt into a colourless smear, then slowly resolve into what looks like the interior of a large grey sphere. Across from you stands a figure almost identical to yourself. His eyes flash in the half-darkness. A mad smile splits his features. I knew you would come. Greetings? Oh, greetings, greetings. So good to see you, he sneers. I bid your murderous tongue to be silent. That's right, murderous. Your pretend innocence is laughable. Who are you? Oh, don't you know? Didn't all those filthy, lying, thrice-be-damned journals tell you who I am? Those journals that were so conveniently left for me when I awoke? Those journals that called me an incarnation? Huh, burnt them all, I did. All that I found. What did they say exactly? They spoke. Lies, 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 and nothing more. Filth about a man who forgets himself. Other incarnations of preserving their experiences in writing so later lives could benefit. Thieves, it's my life, mine. You all want to steal my body and you won't have it. So, you're one of my earlier incarnations. He crosses his arms and looks away. If you'd put stock in such trash, yes. What did those lying journals say? They spoke lies. Okay, where am I? Oh, this? He gestures around him, snickering. Just a little trap is all. I realise that killing you body thieves might not be enough. I might have to trap you and ensnare you for eternity. You may have realised by now that there's no way out of the sensory stone. Your mind is locked here. You'll note the rather sparse surroundings I've left for you, all to help the madness set in good and quick while your flesh rots away. He chuckles evilly. I have some questions then. Your earlier incarnation crosses his arms and looks away indignantly. Save for a few more tufts of hair on his head. He's identical to you. Even his arms have most of the tattoos yours do. How did you make this trap? Can't you tell that? It'll never be replicated. The magics used in its creation were lost, even to me. Clever it is, though. One experience hidden beneath the other, so that no flesh but my own would set it off. So there are actually two sensations within this stone. Yes, that of the Arborean hunting trip and that of this trap. He looks suddenly wary of you. Why? Try and force your way into the other sensation through sheer willpower. What are you doing? Stop that. Continue to force your way into the other sensation. You at last push yourself into the surface, experience the Arborean hunt, and end the sensation before being pulled back into the trap. Oh! That's cool. Are all of these going to be trapped? That's really cool if they are. Wait, oh, there's more people in here. Oh. This sickly green stone is securely fastened to the pedestal it rests upon. The inscription beneath it reads, "The Messenger." As you touch the stone, its green exterior sharpens, clashing, its brightness becoming more than you can bear. So much so you close your eyes to shut it out. Close your eyes, submerge into the experience. As you close your eyes, you feel the skin along your arms become numb, as if all sensation is being bled from them. Tired, so tired. You try and blink, yet the darkness remains. Your lids feel soft and sluggish, unresponsive. You are sitting on what feels to be a dirt floor, and around you is the smell of coppery blood and herbs? Why are you here? You came here to what? Your memory fails you, but you feel a growing panic beginning to well up within you. Try and get your bearings. Ah, awake now, are you? A questioning all done? The voice is an old woman's, thick and scratchy, as if it is trying to force its way past a thick layer of dust. Try as you might, you cannot open your eyes and see the woman, but you feel a shiver of fear. Something is wrong, terribly wrong. You try to respond, but all you can manage is a ragged croak. You can't feel your tongue, and your eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? Now, see me you did, spoke you did, and poorly, so the price have you paid, The crone sounds amused. Then her tone drops sharply. No more of your questions, now you will listen. And you will remember my words, for in minding me you shall live. She hisses, nod if you hear me, or another bit shall I take. Nod. Remember me, traveller. Remember me to a stone, one of the pretty glimmers in your festive hall. Use it like a cup, pour what you feel into it, and know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories but has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know the knowing of me. Tell him to find me. Now if I am not to be found, tell him to come to the glimmering stone. We shall speak, my precious man and I. The woman pauses and hisses again. Nod if you will hear me, ragged thing. Ah, pretty polite to listen so long. When he comes to the glimmer stone, tell the man to speak my name, and your pain shall not have been in vain. The crone's voice trails off as if distracted. You try to speak again, but there is only a sick gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Ah. But there's only one sick gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Why are you... And you begin to feel yourself slip into unconsciousness. Ravel! Ravel! It is I!
Dated my journal.
There is silence. Ravel? Ah, my precious man. There is a slow shuffling of feet. You feel a sharp pinprick in your left eye. You gasp, and suddenly barely you can see. With your one and only eye, you lie in a grey hut, upon a dirty floor, where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding grey dust. Your arms are gone, your legs have been hacked off at the knees, yet you feel numbed, and there is no pain, only fear. There is someone above you, someone looking down on you. Look up. As you look up through your bloody blurred vision, you see a horrid bluish-grey face, grinning with yellow tusks. Ravel is pleased. Wondering I was if this messenger would make it, for weak he was when his bits were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon in front of you, and impaled on the tip of it is an eyeball, the right one. Yet to the festive hall he returned, it seems, and the time two together has he shared. And now you have come. Success. Ravel, I have many questions for you. The crone shakes her head, your blurred vision seeing 3 images at once. Her greyish hair is like brambles, drifting down her shoulders. No, only time for answers does Ravel have. She has no time to waste with your guess questions. Know this, and in knowing, grow strong. You must find me, my precious man. But how? I do not know.
Dated my journal.
Shh. I am beyond knowing, in a lady's place. Now shh, and listen to Ravel, for there is much you must do. To find me, 3 things you must do. Find the door, know the key, then unlock the door. I think I know that. Yeah, I think it's the one in the foundry. Door? The door is not a finished thing, at least, when I last gazed upon it, But in the passing of time, perhaps now well wrought it is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find the door that takes one to me. What is the key you speak of? To know if the key, speak to one of the knowing ones. Many there are in the festive hall, many, yet only one there who knows the knowing of what the key is that you need. Loosen his tongue, and many secrets shall spill forth. Or shall spill forth. When you say unlock the key, what do you mean? Knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks. Knowing it and unlocking it, two tasks must be joined. For at times a thing knows not its nature, but you are no stranger to that. Ravel cackles, a long, hideous cry that fills your ears with pain. Ravel, how am I talking to you if this is someone else's experience? Of stones and experiences and telling will Ravel do, but not the telling of how she speaks to you now. She speaks soothingly. Many are the branchings and twistings of Ravel, and many are her secrets. I need you, and I need you knowing of this. Farewell, Ravel. Return, I will give what help I can. Ravel gives a final smile, a horrible yellow-fanged grin. A blackish tongue darts from her lips and lingers at the edge, teasing, but in the end, only the one question remains. What do you mean, Ravel? Only one question this I ask. Ravel's eyes blaze like fires, the red light turning her face blood red. What can change the nature of a man? At the question, you feel a tremor pass through, like thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Let the experience go. Your vision clears until you are standing once again before the hideously green stone. It looks different than before, more horrid somehow. Try to shake off the experience and leave. Wow, what the... Is he coming towards me? No. It's just, he was walking towards me, so I got kind of worried. Yeah, there is nobody in here. Well, I never. Also, I don't think there's going to be much fighting, so I want to become a mage, just to get more experience in it. Because I don't know how much I need. Oh boy, I still need 100k. Wait, so if I speak with Dokkan again, I want to see how much I need for a fighter. If I need more for the mage, then I'll be a fighter. If I need more for the fighter, then I'll be a mage. Okay, yeah, that's 150,000.
What is your will?
There we go. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. So the sensory stone. The base of this aquatic blue stone has been sculpted so it appears to have melted into the pedestal it rests upon. A stream of perfect azure tears drip down the sides. Framing the inscription beneath the pedestal, longing. Begin the sensation. As you place your hands upon the stone, its surface ripples beneath your touch. A chill washes over your arms, like plunging your hands into a mountain stream. Close your eyes submerge into the experience. As you close your eyes, you blink and reopen them. Your eyes are brimming with tears, and you are overcome with a terrible sensation of drowning. As the sensation rolls through you, there is a stirring in your breast even. A hunger, poisonous like a serpent, biting into your heart, until you feel as if your breast will explode. You want desperately to steady yourself, focus, but all that comes to your eye is tears. Wipe away your tears. You raise your hand to wipe away your tears. Your hands are soft, delicate woman's hands. They brush the stray tears from your cheek, and you cup them in your hands. Each of the tears like jewels shimmering in the lights. Try to examine the lights. The lights are cast by handle globes that drift through your sanctuary. You have come to this place to gather your thoughts, to reflect on the past, with an eye toward the future, to cleanse the mind before the coming journey, yet you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts remain in the present, trapped there by the terrible feeling that rises in your breast. What did he mean? Close your eyes. Sigh. You close your eyes, but his words echo in your mind 100, 1,000 times. Will he ever return? The sound is a whisper, an echo. Only you. Only you. Yet you hesitated at the brink of time's door, and he must have thought you afraid to go. But you were not. You were afraid to stay. And the fear, the serpent writhes in your breast again, its fangs biting into your heart, filling it to bursting with its poison. The tears come again, running down your cheeks in streams, his words echoing. Only you. Only you. Your eyes snap open. It is his voice. You whirl and you gasp. He stands powerful in the shadows, and he strides into the light of the drifting candled globes. And you feel the serpent writhing and dying. He returned. His face stern, but somewhere, in those features you can almost see his pleasure at seeing you. After all, he returned for you. Only you can help me. Dianara. But it was wrong for me to ask you for your help. You speak. Dianara. Yet you, it is you, grey-skinned like a statue. Striding from the light, are you that scarred? Your body looks like it has been bathed in knife blades. The wounds, the tattoos, horrible, yet you see through Dianara's eyes, and she sees. How can she see you in such a way? She puts a cloak over your features. She sees you in such light, such terrible longing. Light. For she. How can she feel such? Try to refocus. Brace yourself, hold on to the experience. You feel your vision tearing, doubling until you are that man striding from the light. It is you, but not you. You feel yourself being torn. It is Dianara's experience, but at the same time it's also yours. And you... What? I ask too much of you to accompany me, Dianara. I have no right to place you in such danger for my sake. It's your words, but they are a surgeon's words, chosen with cold skill, without a trace of emotion. With every word you feel yourself sneering inside, knowing what the stricken girl will see next through her longing-stained eyes. And who are you, that person? That man twisting her with your words, not knowing how powerful they are to her, like bolts from a ballista, piercing her breast, yet she sees only relief at your return. How? How can she feel, and not know you mean to? I've come to ask your forgiveness, Dianara. I shall return to you as soon as I am able. Your vision tears again, doubling and bleeding, until you are facing yourself again, trying desperately to speak, to warn Dianara that this is not a man, but a creature that kills for his own needs. He doesn't care about you, Dianara. You are a tool to him, a tool he needs to, but Dianara speaks, and you can't stop her. I would place myself in 1,000 dangers, embrace eternity for you, my love. I am not afraid. Listen to me. I will accompany you, though the plains themselves should bar the way. You feel yourself shattering. Relief and satisfaction. His satisfaction at her words, knowing she would say them. Also knowing, and her admission of love is like the slamming of a portcullis across your heart. Trapped. She is yours, but you must be certain, so you drive the nail home. The way is dangerous. You will have to be strong. Far stronger than you are now. Swimming through her mind, relief, the wave of relief, the end of longing, yet longing for him more at his words. Not noticing his manipulations. All you need to be is strong, and his path shall be as one with yours. Your thoughts are like fires, for you can be strong, stronger than he knows. You know no fear, you would die for him. I can be strong, my love, I will. Her words slide off of him like water. The serpent in her breast, the one piercing her heart with its poison, has been replaced by this serpent in the flesh. She sees nothing of this, and his next words are planned, carefully, so carefully. I can't say if we'll succeed, Dianara, but I'll do my best to protect you, and I will expect nothing less of the same from you. You may be required to make some sacrifices. At that final, terrible word, you feel yourself being torn apart. He means her harm. He means you harm, for you are her, and he means to hurt her, yet you need her to be harmed. And you want to scream at her that she is in danger. Run, Dianara, for his eyes unmake all things, and, of course, my love, life is sacrifice, this I have learned. Man, the writing is incredible. You, she, her. You speak the words, and in it you feel yourself dying inside. You are a spectator, and you have watched a woman die, for the words are a death sentence, yet still she speaks, unheeding, uncaring. I left a legacy in my father's keeping, my love. Ask for the 6, the 3rd, the K, and the S. In it, I bequeath everything to you. It's not much, but with it, I left...
Updated my journal.
You, him, a wave of irritation washes over you. You clench your teeth to prevent the irritation from crossing your features. Must she always continue to prattle? Even when you do not prompt her? Must she? But no. Keep the irritation aside, only a trace slips out. Come now, I cannot die, Dianara. There is no need for such foolishness. You. She is overcome with fear. Fear that revolts you, and the fear wells up inside her. You as you watch him frown, and you hasten to correct him. He must know the reasons, and know the wisdom behind them, so he is impressed with your planning. Speak before he turns away. I know I often act foolishly, my love, but you said yourself that you can forget things if you are badly hurt. There are things in that legacy that could help you remember, should you forget yourself.
Updated my journal.
You coldly regard her through your eyes, tracing your gaze along her furrowed brow, wrinkled with worry, desperation. She has acted as you expected, yet there is something in what she says. Perhaps, yet I hope, nothing in this legacy is of value. I do not want to leave you anything here Wait, I don't want to leave anything here in some safe that could be of some use on our journey. Her illusion is shattered just for a moment. You watch silent as the emotion falls to the ground, splintering like silvered glass. Of some use, such a casual statement, yet even Dianara sees, and you hope, just for a moment, you hope that she sees him for what he is. The serpent. The serpent. And your hope dies, as in Dianara's eyes the emotion is rebuilt. The silver's being drawn from the ground, the illusion rebuilt. But the slight silver of pain remains. He thinks you have done something foolish, yet you did it for him. You must make amends, but how? You must convince him the legacy is unimportant, but it isn't. It isn't. It's everything. The legacy, my love, it just has a few things to help you remember. The scythe of words falls on Dianara so quick, so sharp. You cannot follow its arcing path. A legacy? The things you do, Dianara, such romantic gestures. No matter. No, you, Dianara. You have driven him away again. Like you did the night before. You feel the serpent stirring again, reborn, curling around your heart. There is the softest of hisses, yet he does not hear. Would you wish to leave a legacy, my love? For yourself, or for anyone you would want to? It might help you remember if you left something for yourself, or for the ones you loved. The word scythe falls again, terrible and swift, yet this time the illusion holds, and the serpent is cloaked. The serpent is cunning, and it shall not reveal itself until it strikes. A legacy for myself? Not likely. The things I would leave for myself would not be safe in some advocate's office, Dianara, but enough of this. I must leave. He is leaving. You must make him remain, and the experience swirls around you. Terrible. The spiraling toward the final scene. The question she wants to ask. Don't ask it, Dianara. Don't ask it. Be silent. Be silent. My love, before you go. His anger, his irritation. What now, girl? What now, you mewling banshee? Before I go. It looks like I'm in no danger of that. Come, Dianara, can't these questions wait for the morn? There is much. She is desperate. Drowning. Say it, say it, say it, and you speak it. Do you want me to come with you, my love? Oh dear. The rush of emotion dies in your mind. This is the end. The words you are about to speak are true. But the truth is not the truth she sees. There are no lies, only cold calculations. Of course he wants you to come with him, Dianara. You understand it clearly, too clearly. He has invested too much in the poor girl to let her go. Of course, Dianara. I would not have asked you to come with me if I did not want your company. You know how I feel about you. There is a cold silence in his mind, then a hissing of thought. A response sharp and deadly, like a dagger blade. The lie comes swiftly, unburdened by emotion. I love you, Dianara. You want to scream as you feel the lie wash over her like a radiance, but it is a shadow of truth, a serpent's kiss, and he means you harm, and she can't see it. You want to call out, but she is crying with joy, even as... Cry with joy, with frustration, with joy, with despair. The emotion washes over you, like you are drowning, drowning. You need to speak. You long to speak, but you cannot, and you scream as you tear your hands from the stone, bloody tears rushing from your eyes, running in streams down your arms, your hands, to coat the stone, blood, her blood, and you can't warn her, and you can't stop crying. And suddenly, Fall from Grace is there, and her touch is gentle like silk. As she brushes the tears from your eyes, even as you feel the screams welling up within you, she shushes you, cradling your face through your bloody tears. I can't bear it. I couldn't stop her. I wanted to, but I couldn't do anything. Fall from Grace looks into your eyes and she nods sadly, in understanding. And that is the nature of longing, the desire for that which you cannot change or possess. She studies you, withdrawing her hand, now soaked in your blood. Will you be alright? Yes. I just need a moment. Very well. Fall from Grace steps back. We will continue when you are ready. Take a breath. Try and recollect your thoughts. As much as you want to hurl the memory of the experience from you, you hold it fast, because you know it's important to remember it. It was you in that experience, it was Dianara's experience, but because it was you, your memories flooded you, and you could feel both sides at once. Who were you? Who was that shade of you? Turn from the stone. Leave. Oh boy. Yeah, the best part about this game is always going to be the writing. It's absolutely incredible. Wait a minute, I should probably speak with Quell. It's just so well done. So, this older man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment, there is a crack. As he crunches down on the object in his mouth, he then swallows it. His bushy, brassy white eyebrows furrow for a moment, rise and then furrow again. Greetings. Without so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a puce-coloured ball, regards it curiously for a moment, then pops it into his mouth. I said, "Greetings." The man frowns and waves you away, then nods to himself thoughtfully as he savours the flavour of whatever he's put into his mouth. I've got some questions. The man smirks, bites his thumb at you, then abruptly pauses. His cheeks swell, and with a violent gag, he spits up a large black fly, which begins to buzz around the chamber. What? I don't know how you say that. Minorosian? Candles be damned, he cries, shaking his fist at the insect. He wails on you. What? What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? He pops a small red candy into his mouth. Do you always trips about molesting... I have no idea half of these words. Poisoned mages with your ignorant prattle, babbling, blathering, chittering, chattering. The candy shoots from his mouth on chattering, flying into a high arc, to land on the floor with a wet plip. He stares at it sadly. I'm, sorry about your candy. It was so tasty too, he mewls. He suddenly looks up, snarling. Sorry, as you should be. You piking dung beetle. Mages deserve respect, and batches like you should know their proper place. He begins to jump up and down. Proper place, proper place. Snatches candy and eat it. Calm down, I only mean to ask you some questions. I care not, you yeasty beef-witted pignut. His eyes bulge out. He jabs his finger at you. No, off with you. Off with you. And do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come bearing tribute, a gift. He suddenly draws close and whispers from the side of his mouth. Candies or chocolate would be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic. Now be gone. I know what he wants. I need the chocolate piece from the curiosity shop. Fuck, I should have got that when I went there earlier. Oh well, never mind. Won't have to matter now, will it?
I'm gone.
Splinter! Take me to the public sensorium. So this must be where she is. Oh! Sensor, sensor, sensor. How many are there here? I really hope these ones aren't as long as the ones we just did, because oh boy, they were incredible. I mean, they were really good to go through, but my god, it'll take me like 50 minutes to get through them if there's that much text in all of them. Ah, there she is. Lady Thorncombe! I just want to uncover every area. Boom! And there. How many more are there? Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Thing is, I don't even know where I came in. Oh, there. Never mind. There's like 12 experiences. I think. Oh, maybe not. I mean, there's one here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. Still a lot, though. So if I try and use it, what happens? Oh, do I need to buy them? I mean, I think I do. Sunset Guide. Could I just speak with you? So this man's gentle voice compliments his calm and refined demeanour. Greetings, are you here to use one of the sensory stones? I am. So there are currently more than a dozen standard sensations available, as well as 6 more extravagant experiences. The use of a standard stone is 10 copper commons. The more involved ones will cost 50 commons. Coppers, even. Would you care to hear of the standard or the extravagant sensations? The standard. So the man smiles and explains to you some of the various sensations that are currently available for your perusal. Which one of these will suit you? Unavoidable pain, tender love, mind-numbing tedium, sheer wonder, consuming impatience, tired surrender, supernatural lust. Oh, hang on, the 4. That'd be 1, 2, and then 3 up there, and then 4, and then there's 6, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, there's 7. What are the extravagant ones? Wait, that's a lot more now. The man nods, smiling. Okay. Horrible regret, shock and a rise of seething vengefulness, slowly dawning horror, indescribable frustration, a vastly important secret. Oh, lycanthropy. Alright. Horrible regret. Which one is it? Does it matter? That's what I mean. This is confusing. Oh god, I should have probably spoke with him. To find out where the hell I go. Unless these ones are the extravagant ones. Screw it, I'll go buy a different... Oh, I might just buy the same one again. I need to figure out where it is it wants me to go to. Another session. Extravagant. Horrible regret. Is in one of the larger chambers. It is reddish orange. There we go. That's what I missed. This one. So this one's horrible regret. Ba ba bum 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 bum. There we go. Within it lies the experience. Horrible regret. Begin the sensation. Oh wow, okay. No, they are going to take a while. Certainly looks that way. You stand on the deck of your flagship, the Divine Hammer, as it floats over the continent of Argaheim. Or Agaheim. Held aloft by the winds of magic. The very landscape roils and shudders beneath the bombardment of your fleet. 1,000 ships, cannons, and bombards hurling their sorcerous fire down like vengeful gods. The shockwaves begin to hit your ship only minutes ago, a constant vibration that sends shudders through the whole of the ancient craft, and moves your very bones. Accompanied by a constant rumbling bass. As the land's mountains begin to sink and the seas that surround it begin to boil off into the atmosphere, your first officer comes to stand beside you. My Lord Admiral. Permission to speak freely, sir. You nod your... Acquaintance? I have no idea. Your stomach sinking as you guess his question. My lord, forgive me, but how? What gives us the right? 1 billion lives. You speak without turning to him, unable to take your eyes off Vrummus, the nation's vast capital city, as it vaporizes into a cloud of superheated gases, 12 miles across and growing even wider. If you only knew the full treachery of the Agarites, First Officer Felm, one which is beyond most any man's comprehension, then you would know. You would speak of our right to annihilate them. We've no right to let them live. But, sir, traitors, all of them? Surely among the hundreds of thousands, how many innocents? Silence, speak of it no more. Our king has spoken. His will be done. The task set to us is a horrible one, not fit for contemplation or questioning. There is no room for pity, no room for remorse, only duty. The two of you stand silently for a time, watching the last minutes of Agaheim. At long last you sigh, a low stuttering exhalation that sounds as if something has broken inside you. Beneath the brazen plate that covers the ruined half of your face, your dead eye begins to weep. Farm, my friend, I would have you understand, I know now, as I look down at what I have wrought here, that were I to think upon what I have done, what I have truly done, I would be struck mad. A deed such as this, the anguish would overwhelm, destroy me. So, first off as a Falm, it must be that there are no innocents in Agaheim, no mothers, no children, no people, only traitors, vile, cunning traitors, who deserve no less than the full brunt of our most holy holy king's wrath. Do you understand this? Yes, my lord. Good, now go. I wish to be alone here. By your command, Lord Admiral. Farm bows his head and returns below deck, leaving you to stand over the end of a civilization. The experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memories in your own mind. You feel as if you've gained something from using the from the sensory stone. Do I only get experience from the extravagant ones? I'll go and do the common ones, because I have a feeling the common ones are the ones that are short. I'd like another session. Standard. I'll go with unavoidable pain. Greenish and yellow. This one. This greenish yellow stone. There we go. Unavoidable pain. This experience is short and is a short and violent one. Struggling with another, slightly stronger man on the edge of a blazing hot stream of molten lava. Your weapon hand is slowly, inexorably forced even closer, or ever closer to the magma. Beads of sweat evaporate the instant they appear. The hairs on the back of your hand blackens and smoulders above the awesome heat. Finally, your howls of suffering echoing from the canyon walls around you. Your hand in the axe it holds plunged into the lava and charged to ash in a few agonizing seconds. Experience... okay, yeah. Okay, so I get half the experience. Not bad, really. I'd like another session, the standard. Tender Love. Light blue. Right, so we're doing these clockwise, I guess. Doodle-doodle-doo. Okay, so Tender Love. Your eyes are closed. You can sense yourself standing on the tips of your toes, pressed against someone tightly. Soft lips brush against yours, giving you the most gentle of kisses. Your heart seems to flutter in your chest, and you feel as if you could fall backwards and simply float off into space. These are really quick. What I'm going to actually do is have everybody just stand around here and just have my guy don't do everything, because having everybody run to the stones is just a pain. So, mind-numbing tedium. So it's Violet. Course.
I'm gone.
Oh god. Alright. Alright, so mind-numbing tedium. The experience couldn't be more than a few minutes long, but hours seemed to pass. A long, boring lecture in the driest, dustiest hall in the University of... is it Charm? In Sigil. You look about the vast hall, hoping to catch someone's eye to pull a face at, but the other students are either asleep or staring listlessly into space. You drop your quill pen, pick it up and drop again, just as something to do. You consider stabbing yourself in the eye with it, just to see if your senses haven't been wholly numbed by the incredible boredom. Oh wow. I mean, that was a mind-numbing tedium, so it's a pretty accurate sensation. Right, what's next? Sheer Wonder. It's this one. So we got Sheer Wonder, that one, there's 3 more after this. Sheer Wonder. Hesitantly, you open your mouth and take a shallow breath. Water flows into your lungs like cool air. You smile and take a deep breath, gawking in all directions as you slowly sink to the bottom of the harbour, where hundreds of colourful fish weave through twisting tracks of brilliant coral. As your feet touch bottom, you peer up at the keel of your ship and laugh aloud with joy, a string of great bubbles shooting up towards the surface. There we go. So it's this one next. I really wish you could just purchase a session with all the stones, then I don't have to keep going back and forth. So, standard, and then it's Consuming Impatience. So I was right with the standard being very short, and then the others being really long. Oh god. You stand debating with Amnes the horribly slow, keeper of the Lion Key, as to whether or not your quest is important enough for him to relinquish the artifact into your care. The whole experience is an exercise in sheer torment. Each and every one of his words is followed by a significant pause. Each and every point he makes is reiterated time and again before he lets you speak. You present an argument, then wait, and wait, and wait, while he makes his counterpoint, to which you shoot out a snappy counterpoint of your own. Then you must wait yet again for another of Amnes's drawling, meandering, seemingly endless counterpoints. It's everything you can do not to simply lop the fiend's tusked head off and snatch the key from the twitching corpse. Jesus. I like the music for this place, it's fancy. I'd like another session, the standard, and then it's number 6, Tired Surrender. Thank you! Oh god. So it's this one. And we have one more. Tired Surrender. Shuddering, chattering, hoping beyond hope. Hoping beyond hope to be found, you curl into yourself beneath a blanket of snow to save what little warmth you have left. Fighting to keep your eyes open to remain awake, you become aware that you can no longer feel your arms, your legs, the ice against your face. And tired, so tired, you at last resign to the inevitable. You close your eyes, bidding sleep a bitter welcome as the sense of loss forces a single tear, doomed to crystallize before it even reaches your cheek from your aching eyes. I mean, it's very... not pointless experience, but it's very little experience. But it doesn't really matter. And then this one's number 7. Supernatural Lust. Is that the last one? Yeah, it is. Thanks! That one's Supernatural Lust. How are there 6 of these, though? It's 1, 2, 3... There's only 3 rooms. Supernatural Lust. You find yourself coupling with a succubus. A creature of such intense otherworldly beauty that even her fiend's horns and thrashing tail give you no pause. She gasps under you. You desire her so completely that the whole of your existence seems focused towards this single goal. As your life explodes from you in a starry burst, you hear the delighted laughter of the succubus as she drains you dry, leaving your body but a soulless husk. Well, that was a quick one. I can't remember which of the extravagant ones I actually got. Not particularly. Another session, the exotics. Oh, it was Horrible Regret that I did. Shock and arise to seething vengefulness will do. Violet in colour. So each of these rooms must have 2 separate sensations per stone. Oh. It did say counterclockwise. Oh, it's violet in colour. That is violet. Is it not? What's different? Yeah, whatever. There we go. You stand somewhere in the nether regions of the plains, a sweltering place where the ground is beaten copper and the sky is of brass. Here the bodies of sinners, petitioners in this horrid place, are rolled amongst iron brambles and bronze scorpions until their bones are fine grey dust. You squint at the horizon, the bone dust rising with putrid-smelling gusts of wind that carry with them the sound of agonized moaning. There is nothing but flat metallic landscape as far as the eye can see. The dust is everywhere, in everything. It stings at your eyes, coats the insides of your mouth with a pasty film. You spit, wiping at it with your fingers, but it's of no use. The stuff's taste has fouled your mouth completely. You look down at the key in your hand, a minute platinum orb, and picture the man's face who solemnly swore to you the magical portal you just passed through, now gone of course, led to the green fields of Bytopia. Someone by all the powers and their proxies was going to pay for this one. Well, there's that. So that's 2 of those down. I have 4 more to get through. So it'd be number 3 next. Slowly Dawning Horror. Blue-violet in colour. Wait, blue-violet? It said counterclockwise from the stairwell. Oh, it is this one. Oh, okay. How good could it be, you think? Regarding the burgundy liquid carefully, across the table from you, the twisted old man smiles slyly. Please, sir, try, he whispers, his hushed voice the sound of dry leaves. Blown over a roughly cobbled street. Thou shalt find it more than lives up to thy expectations, I am sure. You nod at him and lift the crystal goblet into the air, watching the light play through the crimson liquor. You'd come a long way for this drink, searched long and hard for this old man, and you'll be damned to let anything rush you now. The moment was to be savoured. You raise the glass to your lips, inhaling the stuff's aroma. The banquet is light. Bouquet. The bouquet is light, sweet, intoxicating, almost dizzyingly so. You've tried countless drinks, written tomes about them, their flavours and smells, means of manufacture, in your journeys across the plains. But this stuff was supposed to be legendary. No living man you'd found or heard of had tried the stuff. The stories were ridiculous. Nothing could taste quite so good. But if there were the slightest bit of truth to them, this would be some fine liquor indeed. At last you drink of the goblet, a cautious sip. Incredible, indescribable. As the flavour washes over your palate, you fight the urge to shudder with delight. Nothing you have tried in all your long years has tasted quite like this. You look up at the old man, startled to find your glass empty. You had drained it all in a single draught. You wipe your eyes with the back of your hand, not entirely sure when you had begun to cry. Tears of joy, eh? The old man laughs softly. Quite pleasing to the tongue, is it not? Wouldst thou like some more, perchance? He smiles at you once more. Yes, if I might. Surely, he replied. Crap, what did I say? Surely, he replied, refilling your glass. Try as you might, you cannot resist downing it in a single gulp. You thrust your finger into the goblet in an attempt to find some last hidden drop of the stuff. Several times more does he fill the goblet, and each time you gulp the stuff down, as a starving man would devour a feast, unable to control yourself to deny yourself another exquisite taste of it. He chuckles softly once more. A drink such as this, a man would do anything for it, no? You nod without hesitation. Yes, a man would. Looking at him, his sly smile suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. A sense of horror begins to creep over you, even as you begin to yearn painfully for more of the blood-red liquor. Yes, the old man grins, his yellow eyes gleaming. A man would do anything in the thrall of such a drink. Even the most terrible, the most heinous of of deeds, as thou shalt see my newest servant. Oh! That's cool. Oh man, my voice is starting to really hurt. So what's next? What I might do is actually get the next sensation ready, and then just do the rest of them next session. Because if I remember that I did this one, like if I remember it's indescribable frustration, then I'll remember that I just go from that down. So that one, reddish orange in colour, so it's this one. I'll just make sure. I'm not going to begin the sensation. There we go, perfect. Right, so that is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.